There you go.
Call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Porter Johnstown Management Committee meeting. December 15th, 2025 in the council chambers. Approval of the agenda. The committee approves the agenda as presented. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Mr. Meritori and Council Ward. Questions, comments? Any questions, comments on it? All in favor? Carried. Gonna be one of these, eh? Yeah. Disclosure of pecuniary interest, conflict of interest, general nature thereof. Does any member have a pecuniary interest? Moving on, number 4, delegations, presentations, none. Minutes of the previous Porter Johnstown Committee meeting. Porter Management Committee receives and approves the minutes of the Port Management Committee meeting dated November 17th, 2025. Mover and a seconder. Moved by Mr. Martel, seconded by Mr. Smell. Questions, comments? All in favor? Carried. Business arising from the previous Port Management Committee meeting, if any. Anybody have any? Okay. Number 7, discussion items, none. Action information items, report grain operation, report by Mr. Moulton. Go ahead, Mike.
Thank you. The grain operations report for November 2025. Our inventory at the end of November ended at 88,710 metric tons. You can see it's quite low actually over the last 10 years, and it's really to do with the amount of corn that we shipped in the spring. Received 72,628 tons by truck. We shipped 4,200 back out on truck, almost 100,000 tons on vessel, and 274 on rail. And we had 4 vessels for the month, 3 CSLs and 1 McKeel. No incidents or injuries, and our labor hours, as you can see, the month pretty much mirrored last year, and so did the labor hours. And the quality report was a AA, which is very good for this time of year with the amount of grain that we're moving. And that's the operations report.
Questions, comments, anyone? Go ahead, Clint.
Thank you, through the chair. Mike, I'm just curious with corn numbers, where they're at roughly 10,000 sitting in there right now. Are you still expecting a lot of corn? I mean, beans are pretty much done. I expect you've probably seen everything you're gonna expect, at least the vast majority of the beans, but corn, do you think there's more coming in?
I think we'll see some corn come in, but not local corn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
We have room for it, and I think there's some talk about bringing corn down, but it won't be local corn. I think most of the local corn is going to stay on farm, and we'll probably bring in another 3,000 or 4,000 tons to dry, but that's all we'll see.
All right, thank you. Now,
Yeah.
I say that because I know the provincial corn harvest, for those in the room, the agri-corn numbers right now are projecting roughly 85% of the corn's off. Roughly 95% of the beans are off. Beans that are still in the field around here are pretty much done. They won't get anything out of them. They'll be write-offs. But corn's still got some salvageability and it can still go into next year. I just wondered if with the brokers we have, they were still expecting more to come in, but it doesn't sound like a lot. And it'll be coming from Western Ontario if it does come in, sort of as a storage option.
I don't think it's a big secret that we've already brought a vessel of corn in from Southern Ontario. So it's, obviously there are concerns about the amount of local corn that we have.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Go ahead, Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Mayor. So, Mike, we don't ever see it sort of in aggregate versus other years. How was this season's intake versus other years? I guess do you have a rough number of? I know it would be lower we expect, but
so we actually brought in the same amount of soybeans this year as we did last year.
Okay,
and our shipments are up this year compared to last year, which was a record year. So it's quite shocking. We had a very strong start to the year with the corn that we shipped, and soybeans have been awesome surprise.
Really? Okay, good. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments, people? Mike, I got the corn. You said that we're done local. There'll be no more local coming in, probably.
A little bit
Yeah,
to
very,
dry. Yeah,
very little. They're
Mhm.
all it's staying on their own farm, I guess,
correct.
just because of the price and the
Well, there's a
quality.
lot of storage that can mean a lot
Yeah.
of the big elevators right now are running at about 50%
Right.
capacity.
And you said that last vessel was from Southern Ontario?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
They come from Sarnia.
Okay, I thought it was from US. So, oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Are we expecting maybe another one, maybe?
It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, people, before we move on? Okay, thank you. Maintenance report will be presented by Jeffrey, please.
Okay, a lot of this is repetitive as it is from month to month, but that's just typical maintenance. But anyways, weekly, monthly dust system maintenance, pre-vessel inspection and maintenance of ship loaders and automatic valves and marine gallery before loading each vessel. Completed several items for work order log. Fabricated and installed a new clothes rack in the locker upstairs for the guys to hang their winter clothes on. Plow salt roads when necessary, which as far as I'm concerned was way too early this year, but it is what it is. Empty bin maintenance of annex bins 7 and 9. Grain handling equipment checks during vessel loading. Continue with fabrication installation machine guards. Daily inspection of grain receiving pits and conveyors. We had to repair a leaking track 4 truck loading spout. To do that, we had to rent a 125-foot Genie man lift. Adjust tracking of 3A conveyor. Fabricating install new slides on number 5 tripper on the bin floor. Adjust tracking of wet and dry lofters in the new grain dryer system. Tighten number 3 conveyor 3 inches and also number 4 conveyor by 2 inches. And that's basically just a weather thing from warm to cold. Work in the electrical department included the following. Clean the burner manifold of the new grain dryer. My guys, the electrical guys, work with the millwrights quite often. Complete installation of lights and horns for Wayman communication to new truck receiving and loading lane. Conducted monthly premise inspection as per GMP requirements. Completed installation of new printer in truck receiving lane. Replaced burned out lights in marine gallery. Had to replace the power transformer that supplies power to the new grading offices. The old one was mathematically and calculation code wise, it was big enough, but when all the heaters come on, it really didn't like it. So we went from a 15 kVA transformer to a 45 kVA transformer, so we won't have that problem again. Replace number 3 loading pipe, brake coil, and rectifier. Replace number 7 scale turn head alignment proximity sensors. And Unitech was here and performed annual inspection and certification of all hoisting equipment. Any questions?
Questions, comments on Jeff's report? Anyone? You're off the hook, Jeff. Capital projects report will be presented by Mike and Jeff. Go ahead.
Do we need to go through it? I mean, you can see that a lot of it has been completed and anything that hasn't been is clearly defined. I guess the comment from me would be it's a pretty good year for getting projects complete, probably best I've seen since I've been at the port.
Yeah, I don't have an issue. I'm not going with it. Does anybody have any questions, comments on it?
No, actually, that's a comment that I wrote down as well. A great job on getting so much of the projects done. I mean, with the exception of the one we knew we pushed off at the very top, I think you got like 90 some odd percent of them done. So good job on getting it all done. That's about it. And on budget, I might add, more importantly.
Any other questions, comments? Number 2, Jeff, can you speak on that a little bit? Are we just waiting? I know it just irks me, but
Number 2, yes. I've got all the electrical parts in the shop now.
right. Sorry, no, that was me. Sorry. Go ahead.
I have all the parts for the upgrades to bring it up to code in the shop. And once we get past what we think is probably the last vessel today. We'll get started on that possibly this week or in the new year.
Early new year. And
Yep.
we'll be all.
Yep.
Good.
The cost for the parts too is about $15,000.
At least it's completed or will be completed and up working the way it should be working. So I'm happy for that. Any other questions, comments, people around the table? Thanks, Jeff, for that. Number C, capital projects. That was you guys. D, financial and traffic report. Rhonda, please.
Thank you. Our revenues for November were 1.452 million. It's a decrease of 1.2 over 2024, mostly due to the overall storage being quite a bit lower and our soybean receiving appointments dropped by 63% in November compared to last year. Obviously, we were expecting that because of the year. Our harbor services did have an increase of 95,000 for the month due to the fact we had 4 salt boats versus 1 last year, and we had 1 more liquid calcium barge along with the first fertilizer vessel. Our expenses were 612,000 for November, which is slightly higher than 2024 by 20,000, but we did have a successful end of the month with a surplus of 840,000. As we're looking ahead to the final month of the year, we anticipate a successful 2025 with 4 more grain boats, which will put us at a higher grain movement by vessel than in 2024, and potentially 5 salt boats to finish out the year. I think that's dropped by a couple from the latest update today. Below is the breakdown, and the next page is our year-to-date traffic report, if you had any questions.
Questions, comments? Anyone? Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I'm a little confused. So the grain, like when you look at the grain services, it was down a bunch, and it says that soybean was down. So is it just the timing wise for the report?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Soybeans.
Oops, sorry.
That's much better.
It happens to some people.
Yeah. So, yeah, with the drought this year, the beans came off earlier and they came off faster. And last year they came off later and we pushed hard into November, December.
Okay. Oh,
So
so
it's
right
kind of
over
like a
November
month.
it was down. Just
Yeah,
okay.
kind of like a month behind.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. And I guess the total revenue was down 1.2 million. So that's obviously what I'm trying to say. We had a decreased cost, I guess, or something like that, or decreased storage. Is that about right? Storage, okay, yeah. And the only other thing I had was on the operating admin. I see that it's way up, but I mean, what I didn't see in here, unless it's just hidden somewhere in here, headcount was up. I mean, we had 30% increase in wages, I think it was, right, or something like that. So yeah, okay. I'll just perfect storm, I guess. But anyways, okay, that's good. Thanks.
Any other questions, comments, anyone? Go ahead,
Just
Mr.
quickly,
Mayor. Yep.
just for clarity, roughly 8.7, 8.8 overall for revenue at this point. Is that
You're fairly exact. there.
somewhere in
8.8.
between?
8.8.
8.8, and it's over
Is that a
6.2?
Sorry, what's that?
6.2 in
Expenses?
expenses.
Yep.
So there isn't a surplus at this point. So, or at least doesn't show an overall one. So 2.6-ish,
Right now, yeah, we're sitting at 2.6.
2.6-ish. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Any other questions, comments? Okay. Moving on to E, GM report. Leslie, go ahead.
Thank you. So quickly, I won't read through this, but just high level, we've had Transport Canada on site for 2 marine security visits, and both have been very successful. The inspector has visited both Mike and I on both occasions and commended the staff and the security staff all for wearing their appropriate PPE, their badges, and security doing their job. So that's good news. I have attached two different PowerPoints with this report just from the Marine Transport Policy Summit, just sharing as information to see what's going on within the province and within the nation with respect to trade. I won't steal. I think probably the chair will have an update with respect to the delegation that we attended at Parliament Hill with the federal public safety minister, but we felt that that went well with Cruise Rail. And then we followed up again this morning with a meeting with CBSA staff. So I think we have some work to do to really kind of provide some clarity to our case studies, that I would say, to get some direction from CBSA on how and what we might want to do to expand our sufferance warehouse bonding. Also participated in the recent St. Lawrence Corridor Economic Development Commission, and we're going to do more work in the new year with respect to supply chain organization and optimization. Just want to commend Rhonda for her preparation. The interim audit was conducted on December 4th with no issues having been raised. And after the last meeting, we did follow up with an MOU with the Grenville Historical Society, and they thank the Port Management Committee and Council for entertaining their request, and will follow up with us in the new year. For our public members, we do have a GIC that's coming due at the end of this month. So a report was taken to council last week in the essence of time, as maturity is at the end of this year, and a decision was made to transition that 850,000 to the port's operating account, and then follow up with a further report in January with respect to some options on a one investment account, potentially. And then as a follow-up from the meeting that we had with the Premier in November, the Township CAO and myself are meeting with representatives from Enbridge this Wednesday with respect to natural gas. And I just also want to mention kudos to our staff. It's been a busy, cold few months, but they've really stepped up. And I really want to thank Mike and Jeff for all the cross-training, Sean, Justin, that they've done with our staff. It was really cool to see the succession planning and the cross-training that they did throughout the summer months, to how versatile our staff have become when we're short or we're down a person, who can go on the boat, who can go to the weigh room. It seems like a well-oiled machine now. So it's really nice to see. And then we're working on the 2026 operating budget and the year-end report for the January meeting.
Thank you. Any questions, comments on GM's report? Go ahead, Mr. Martell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to the Port GM. When Transport Canada does inspections, do they give you a heads up, or do they just pop in suddenly?
One of each. At one point, they did give us a heads up because they were actually attending to do a vessel inspection first. But while they were on site, they did a site inspection as well. And then the second time, they just showed up, which is fine. So we're always ready. We sent out a notice to our staff that we're just always ready.
Frank, go ahead.
Thank you. We had the fertilizer shipment, which was the first for the port in quite some time, I understand it. Just want to check and make sure, how did that all go? And if the building gets constructed at a point, how will that change relative to what we've just done in terms of the fertilizer shipment?
So the first shipment came in bags, obviously because the building wasn't ready, and it was very successful. I think everyone was very happy with how that went. They've been transloading onto transport right now, and they've also loaded 6 rail cars from the bag into the rail car. Going forward, when the building is there, it'll come in by bulk, and they'll just dump it like they do the salt, and then they'll put it into the building and then out onto rail.
Just as a follow-up, and you say, just like the salt, does the environmental ministry have any problems with fertilizer on a dock?
Well, I think that's a fair question. I mean, I think we all know that they do. But I mean, Ryan, they handle this. They know what they're doing. I mean, it doesn't sit on the dock. It goes right into dry storage. And I think if the salt did, we wouldn't have the problems that we have now. So I think that I'm not expecting to have any issues.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
I'll just follow along on Frank's. So going back to the vessel report, so it's at this point it was 3,007 for fertilizer to date. Not planning on having it sitting on the dock. I've heard that some of it's going to sit there till spring. Are we getting paid daily for it to sit on the dock? How does it work for that?
I'll have to follow up. I haven't heard that about it sitting there till spring. My thought was that it was being loaded. I know Ryan and his team are out west right now, just getting ready for the shipments to go by rail car. So I'll have to follow up with that.
Okay, so if it stays for this month,
Yeah.
let's just say it stays for this month, are we getting paid for it monthly for it to stay on the dock?
No, it's as part of his lease right now.
Okay, so what we're going to see out of that shipment coming in as far as payments is $3,007. Plus the
wharfage Yeah, I don't think it's included.
Yeah, the 3,007, that's the tonnage.
That's the ton.
That's the tonnage, yeah.
Okay,
And then we do have, we have already billed for the wharfage and the berthage and like all the same charges that we do for other things, the linesman, the security, all of that's done.
okay.
That answer your question, Mr. Mayor? Okay. Any other questions, comments? No? Okay. I have the Port Management Committee receives and reviews items. 8A, Grain Operation Report, B, Maintenance Report, C, Capital Projects Report, and D, Financial and Traffic Report, and E, General Manager's Report. May I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Mr. Ward. Seconded by Mr. Smell. Any questions, comments on this? All in favor? Carried. Number 9, approval of the disbursements. Council of the Township of Riverside Cardinal approves the payments of port invoices circulated and numbered as follows. Withdrawals $333,858.61. That's a total of $333,858.61 and checks 2,000. And batch 33, $278,048.49 for a total of $613,907.10. Can I have a mover and a seconder for that? Moved by Mr. Martell and seconded by Mr. Smell. Any comments, questions on these? Go ahead, Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I see, I guess I'm paying for to Elantra for about $67,000 or so. That's a down payment on the permanent versions. First of all, is that on track, by the way, for delivery in the fall or in the spring? Pardon me.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. And is that like 20% or is that? I'm not sure the number.
25.
25%. Okay. 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 Good. Thanks. That's good.
Good.
Yep.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor? Carried. Okay, we're on to number 10, council inquiries and notice of motions, if any. Any inquiries? Okay. Chair's report. Well, I do have a couple things. One, we did go to Parliament Hill to meet the safety minister. We had a good discussion. More came out of it today. I wasn't sure about that meeting today. I have no idea about that one, so I can't comment on that. And we were issued to go to CBSA for another meeting, and it went very well. V6, November 25th, first one. I was there for most of the second day and maybe a little bit of the first day. I thought that it went really, really good, safe. It's nice that we got FedNev in there now working with us. I think that's going to really, really pick us up. With Ryan coming in there and hopefully with other business, him bringing stuff back from out west. There's another company's working on stuff for him to ship for South America. So I think that all in all, that went great. So if anything, do you want to comment on anything else on that, Leslie? Or so that's pretty much my report for this year. And I'd like to wish all you guys and your families a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And my committee, thanks very much for the 2025 and look forward, and your families and yourselves a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a safe one. So thank you so much for this year. Question period. Do we have anybody on there? Pardon?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, there is one member of the public online, but as far as I'm aware, there's no questions.
Okay, thank you. And we have number 13. And that is the committee does now adjourn. That's a record 6:56 p.m. That's a Merry Christmas. I need a first and a second move. Mr. Ward, seconded by Mr. Deschamps.